Hello and welcome to week 10 of NFL Gamepicks. Unfortunately, we don't have Joey here, so we have a memorial of Ray Nitschke and the
Little
Cheesehead
cheese.
right here. So, unfortunately, Joey could not make it. Had to do early recording this week because I'm going to LA for the Dolphins game, and it'll be a little bit of a time turnaround to record on another day and then go out to LA. So, unfortunately, no Joey here today with us, but he's here in spirit, obviously, as you guys saw.
Yep.
But
Packers on a bye and dude takes a week off, huh?
that too, and they took a big loss. So I'll speak for him on that one. I don't think Jordan Love looked, as good as it might have been better to play Malik Willis, and they kept on showing Malik Willis warming up throughout the game because Jordan Love was battling some injuries throughout the game, and it honestly might have been better to play him and just ride it out, see what would have happened. But the conditions were pretty bad too. Let's move on to the Dolphins. The Dolphins fought tooth and nail in Buffalo, and it's been like that the last few times, honestly, that the Dolphins have played there. And, second week in a row, losing by a last-minute field goal. I want to say third week in a row because I think they lost to the Colts that way too. So, it's just not ideal right now for the Dolphins. Tua almost had a perfect freaking game. He only had 3 incompletions, and 2 of those were balls that were specifically thrown in the dirt, to live another down. So yeah, can't be too upset, but also dropped to what is it now, 2-6. It's an unideal record. And then how about you, Chris? How's your week go?
Dude, it was a tough watch. So tough that I fell asleep for like a quarter and a half, which pissed me off even more. So I was like, it was just bad. I woke up mad. So I was mad that I fell asleep. Don't like falling asleep during my Bears games. Usually never happens. Played golf before, so I had a pretty good excuse. Got silly on some millies, got active. So, anyways, I fell asleep and I woke up and they were still losing to another dog shit team. And the play calling is just atrocious. They need to fire Eberflus like yesterday. Caleb Williams and DJ Moore have some sort of beef going on that I think stems from him saying that he wanted to keep Fields. DJ Moore walked off the field halfway through a play, which is where I come from, what they would call a hoe move, to be honest.
No, I agree.
So I didn't like that. I understand his frustrations, but not to get into it, but he's mad about targets and inaccuracies. Well, I did some digging before the podcast, and
Okay.
he is way more inaccurate to Rome Odunze and Keenan Allen compared to DJ Moore. They might get more targets, so maybe that's why the numbers boosted, but he can't be too mad about some of these balls. I do agree, though, he needs to get more touches throughout the game. He's one of our best options, and you don't even know he's out there half the time. But tough watch, tough loss. Not a good week. Kind of mad. Kind of hate this coach right now.
Yeah, a lot of people were speaking about what do you do when the waters are hot and you may be under a lot of scrutiny? You switch things up. You try to change the narrative. And people are saying that Matt Eberflus changed his overall appearance with his new hairstyle and the beard to kind of overcome all these offensive woes that they've been having with him at the helm.
No, that guy stinks. I told you that I told you that last year that they should have fired him and replaced him with an offensive-minded head coach because that's the way of the league. And then after Hard Knocks, it definitely solidified it when I found out he's a freaking nickname guy. So it's never "Hey Austin." It's what's up AR-75? What's up? What's up Miami Austin or something dumb.
Yeah.
So it's never just your name, and I don't think people like that either. That would probably play for him. But.
Yeah. Well, you guys just saw Chris's little intervention there for a sec. He just got to let it out.
More to come.
Yeah, we'll talk about it a little bit more when we get to the Bears. Let's get into the standings though. We got Steve still on top. I mean, just killing it. 98-40 on the season. 11-4 last week, but that was not the top performance. We got to give a shout out to Hector, who went 12-3. We have a couple other 12-3s also. We have Edwin. We got Dougie Fresh. Matty Ice also went 12-3. And Ray also went 12-3. So shout out to all you guys. You guys had the best weeks this past week.
Shout out, Matt.
Yep.
I'm going to still win at fantasy football.
Third place, we got Jillian. Fourth place, we got Edwin. Fifth place, we got none other than Christopher.
Yeah, I got jumped. Shout out to the boy Edwin, who's always listening and tuning in. And so shout out to you, brother. Good week. I went 10-5. I'm at fifth place still. It's a tight race. There's a lot of us here at fifth. I'm at 88 and 50, tied with former game picker Demetrius Gamble. Shout out to the boy. My own father, who definitely can't lose to that guy. He tied me. And Pete. Shout out Pistol Pete. We miss you at the office, buddy.
Yes, sir. And then to round out the list, we got Matt, Ray, and Sean at sixth place. Tina in seventh. Myself in eighth. I went 9-6 last week. These last couple of weeks have been pretty awful for me. A lot of just slightly above 500 weeks for me. I'm at 80 and 58. I'm done picking with, the intention to be I'm going to pick up a game on you guys. I'm just going to pick the pick. And, let the dominoes fall the rest of the way and, hopefully mine come out higher than you guys. Aside from that, we also got Eddie and Anthony. And then last but not least, Joey. But Joey would have not be in last place had it not been for his 0-15 blunder of a week of not picking the games.
Close,
yeah, it would it would be pretty close.
Went 7-8 last week.
Yeah.
You guys were curious.
All right, well, now let's get into the action. We got the first game of this week, and it's a nice AFC North divisional battle between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Baltimore Ravens. This is a nice matchup. The Bengals have finally turned around their season a bit. They're 4-5, and then you got the Ravens, who've just been chugging along pretty much since they kind of had a couple offensive woe weeks early on. They're 6-3, Bengals 4-5. Man, it's tough. One, I want to also include the swag because this is probably the only real swag of the week. The Ravens are debuting their all purple uniforms, including the helmets, and then the side decals will include their alternate helmet, which is the Raven from Face On. Also, since Joey's absent, you guys you'll see his picks down below there. They're already locked in place. Yeah, Joey picking the Bengals. Joey's going with the Bengals. To speak on Joey's picks, my assumption would be is that he thinks that, the Bengals are starting to get hot at the right time. And that's a proper assumption. But you got to go with the sure thing here. You got to go with the Ravens at home. They've just been absolutely killer on offense. Would I be surprised if Cincinnati wins? No way. I think they're getting hot at the right time. We could have, a couple weeks back, we would have been they're dead. But they're not.
Well, if I know Joey, I know he's picking with his stomach and not his heart or brain. So he's probably saying Skyline Chili, bro. So, but I'm going to go with the crab cakes. Let me take Baltimore. I think at this point in the season, they're the better overall team. Cincy, I'm surprised they didn't move anybody, honestly, and try to get some picks. I mean, I guess they're going to still try to make a run at this thing this year. They're a little banged up. Baltimore is the more complete team, so I'm gonna rock with the flock.
The only thing I would contest to contest what you said was moving on from people is they're at 4-5. They're right in the mix for that AFC playoff picture. So I think they felt if anything they were buyers more than anything than sellers. And that was a few of these AFC teams that we'll talk about soon throughout this whole episode. But
I saw rumors though that they were gonna try to move off one of the corners or something like that, or the young safety that they got out of Alabama.
Okay.
Battle.
Yeah, Battle.
Saw a couple of rumors for all defensive guys. No more T. Higgins rumors or nothing crazy on offense. But
all right.
Man, the other thing I wanted to bring up is Johnson got 0 catches.
Yeah.
For the Ravens this past week, so I'll be interested to see if they get him more involved. They definitely will try to put the ball in his hands quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think they'll try to get him involved more. It's tough being traded midweek and then expected to have a pretty big offensive output. So that I'm not too shocked about, but it's definitely all right, we added this guy. We want to get him. We want to get him there in the mix. You like the logos there, Chris?
No, I'm just looking at him whoa.
Yeah, it's the Raven from head on. I'll take us to this next game, though. We're going to go to Munich, Germany.
Yeah, I was where is it?
Yeah. I got you. Munich, Germany, the New York Giants versus the Carolina Panthers. Both 2-7 teams. Not so much great action, but, hey, the Panthers actually got a win last week. And Bryce Young looked actually pretty good. So does that carry over into this week, or do you think they have some travel woes? Like, I think the sure thing to do here is pick the Giants. I think they're a little bit more of the established team, but I think Bryce Young's got something to prove. So I'm gonna go with the Panthers here. Surprisingly, sorry to mess up the graphics here, but yeah, I'm going with the Panthers.
Jeez, you even fooled me for one
Yeah.
there. Shout out to Vanya for making the switcheroo for you, buddy. I'm gonna rock with the Panthers, and it would be crazy if they get back-to-back wins because both these teams suck. But like you mentioned, Panthers did look a little bit better last week, and both these teams suck. I'm gonna take the Panthers though, and I mean, no one's gonna wake up and watch this, right? Like
I'll be in LA, so I'm not waking up at 6:30 to watch it. No shot.
I'll be right here, and I won't wake up for that. I can guarantee it. I'll be in church instead of this, but yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Panthers. Fun fact: Daniel Jones has, in between Daniel Jones' two touchdown passes, most recent touchdown passes at MetLife Stadium, Patrick Mahomes has won 2 Super Bowls.
Wait, what?
Patrick Mahomes has won 2 Super Bowls in between the most recent touchdown that Daniel Jones has thrown at MetLife Stadium and the one before that.
Jesus.
So essentially, his last
This
one was
guy
thrown.
stinks.
His last one was thrown before the season ended, the previous season, and then he also hadn't thrown a touchdown at home all season last year.
I thought you were gonna tell me something like he has ties to like the Nazis or something. Tied into Germany. I don't know, but
No.
that would have been more believable than that stat you
Nah.
just gave me.
No,
Jeez,
no, no.
bro, that's
All right.
nuts. That guy sucks.
Let's move on to the 1 o'clock action. What do you got here, Chris?
This game would be better if everybody was healthy. Unfortunately for our buddy DJ, the Saints just traded away one of their best players in Lattimore for a pretty high pick, so I wouldn't be like too upset. It sucks seeing a guy that you like get moved. And then Chris Olave, man, he might be done for good, bro. He was talking about wearing a Guardian cap, didn't wear a Guardian cap, got concussed again. People are saying, like, I don't know why there's a bounty out for Chris Olave, but he's taken all. I saw, like, a montage of all of them. Dude, like, they're all, like, bad. And, like, they're not, like, oh, like, maybe he's out, maybe he's not type deal. They find out later he's concussed. He's, like, out every time on the field, like, knocked out.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucks. That being said, I'm picking Atlanta at home against the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are very, very banged up. I don't know how long that coach is going to be there for. His record is pretty bad. I think he's, like, win total wise, like the 3rd worst coach of all time, and Dennis Allen, right?
Yeah.
So I think like stat wise, like win loss wise, he's like statistically the 3rd worst coach, and like the other 2 are from like I could name them, but no one would know them. That's how old they are. Give me Atlanta on the road. Hopefully Kirk O'Chains goes off.
Derek Carr has gotten Dennis Allen fired twice. Once in
I don't think it's
2014
his fault.
and once in 2024. Derek Carr was a quarterback, and Dennis Allen had gotten fired midseason twice, and 10 years apart on 2 different teams. That being said, I'm going to go with the Falcons. They're looking really good, man. I'm really liking what this offense is bringing. I will mention that, like, this NFC South, yeah, it's pretty weak now. It looked really good to start off the season, aside from the Panthers, but we kind of already knew that with the Panthers. But that being said, this Falcons team is winning football games. Yes, they're 6-3, but I mean, even some of the better teams are 6-3. You have the Baltimore Ravens that are 6-3, so not to hold them in the same caliber, but I think this Falcons team is legit. Is just once they get to that playoff time, are they going to be able to compete and win those games? They already beat a pretty good team in the Philadelphia Eagles, so I want to see who else along their schedule they can knock off. But nice easy win for them against the Saints here. I think they'll have a pretty good week. Sorry, DJ. But yeah, I'm going to go with the Falcons. I'm going to keep it pushing. Oh, you go?
I was just going to say, yeah, they're going to probably end up winning this division. So as long as they just get better with time and, get better within the system, they're going to be all right. They got a lot of weapons on both sides.
Yeah.
So.
The only thing that would sideline this is Tampa Bay, surging, but I don't think that's going to happen with Godwin pretty much out for the year. Mike Evans' return, inevitable. Like, we don't know when it's going to come back. Indefinite. That's what I meant to say. But I think Atlanta seals this division pretty soon, and can more than likely have double-digit win season because They got a couple more divisional matchups left on their table. I think they got one more against the Panthers or two more left against the Panthers. That should be interesting. But I'm going to keep it pushing. We have an AFC battle between the Buffalo Bills and the Indianapolis Colts. I went with my heart on the last time I picked the Colts against the Vikings. That was not good. Joe Flacco let me down pretty bad. Let's see what's going to go on moving forward, whether or not Flacco or Richardson's going to be starting. I think you definitely already lost the locker room with that type of move. But at the same time, you got respect from some players who are like, this guy's not doing well. So, yeah, of course you bench him. But at the same time, the replacement, not to like discredit Flacco. Flacco's an amazing player. He's elite. But you got to stick with the young guy and just let him play. I think that's just stunting his growth. Same thing with Bryce Young. Bryce Young came back and lit it up. So let's see if Anthony Richardson comes back and does it. But they're not gonna win this one. The Buffalo Bills are gonna win this one.
Honestly, bro. If I'm the Colts right now, I'm mad because now Flacco's probably going to get a lot of the reps for the rest of the year. And this has been a good run of, like, Flacco at, like, 38, Rivers at, like, 39, Matt Ryan at, like, 37, 38.
Yeah, all these old quarterbacks.
I'd be tired of watching all these old farts out there stinking up the place every week. Obviously, we got a good team in the Bills playing a bad team in the Colts, so I'm taking the Bills. And if I'm the Colts, I'm drafting a quarterback, and I'm saying, look, if you want to play football to Anthony Richardson, you're going to play tight end now. We're going to convert you to tight end like the Broncos tried to do for Tim Tebow, and you're going to live in his shadow and footsteps as you did for the Florida Gators. And if you want to stay on the roster, you're going to play tight end because it ain't working out at quarterback, and we can't have you tagging out during the game. You lost the team when you did that. And the coach, I don't think that coach wants to get fired. So
yeah, I think that the coach was overruled on that one. It might have been Jim Irsay, honestly, being like, I don't want to see this guy starting next game. Like, he could probably play or come in throughout the season, but I don't want to see him play next game. Like, I think essentially kind of put him in a timeout.
Everyone realizes they have a better chance with Flacco right now.
Yeah, for sure. And that's why I honestly went with them last game, because I was like, all right, like, Flacco's in there. Like, they might have an honest chance. But just to touch on Buffalo, I just think they're a really good team. The Dolphins tried giving them their best punch last week, and the Bills just still somehow came out on top with a game-winning 61-yard field goal. Josh Allen did not play so good. Also, Amari Cooper was not in, so my guesses for like the whole rant I did about last game was like, oh, Amari Cooper's gonna go off against the Dolphins. All these South Florida guys always like to go off against him. James Cook didn't do so good either. So
that kicker didn't do so good either until he made the last freaking kick from 61 yards, bro.
Yeah, he missed like an extra point, and I was like, oh, 61-yarder. I think it's gonna be tough for him to make it. And then just money right down the middle.
No doubt, no doubter. Did he miss 2 kicks though?
No, he missed 1, and then they went for a 2-point conversion after to kind of be like offset that and just kind of keep pace with the Dolphins. Which, hey man, the Bills are legit. They're a team that can go toe to toe with the best of them, and they came out on top on that one.
I think he might have like banged one in off the post or something. Though.
Yes, he did.
So that's what it was. Okay, so he almost missed 2 then.
Yes.
All right, I'll keep us pushing. We got a new game coming up here. We got the Denver Broncos going to KC to take on the undefeated Chiefs. I'm gonna make it easy. They're going to be 9-0 after this game, but I don't think it's gonna be that easy. That Denver team, that defense is legit. I said it last week. No one's taking them serious. They lost because they couldn't put up points last week. We'll see if they have a better output with Bo Nix this week. But at the end of the day, I think the Chiefs get another hard-fought win. They haven't had a very convincing win yet. I don't think this is the week. But they need one soon. I mean, they're going to stay atop the power rankings for now. But they haven't had a really, really convincing win that I can think of yet this season.
No, I agree. I'm actually like running through it right now. The Chiefs have won a one-possession game, two-possession game, one-possession game, one-possession game, one-possession game.
There you go.
So they've only had 2 games that they've won by more than 7 points. That's a fine margin of victory, and it's good that they're winning these games. They're 8-0. but I've been kind of saying it all season long. They look beatable, and like the way they play these games, they look like each and every week, like, man, are they gonna win this? Like they're becoming the cardiac freaking Chiefs. Like, what the hell is going on?
Cardiac Chiefs.
Yeah.
I like that.
Anytime you have any team with a C,
Yeah.
just put cardiac in front of it. Cardiac Canes.
Cats.
The Canes have been giving me freaking heart palpitations most of these games. What the hell they've been doing? But to throw it back to the NFL, the Chiefs are going to win this one. They are obviously the better team. They've been rolling all season long. I don't think Denver is the team to beat them at this moment. They do close out the season against the Denver Broncos. So hopefully the Denver Broncos can get some redemption at home to close off the season against Kansas City.
If they stay undefeated or if they lose like maybe one, they might not need to play the last game, so maybe they'll get a win that way.
For sure. But I think only other teams, their next game against the Buffalo Bills, that can be the game that Kansas City may lose. The only other game I can see really that could pose a threat is the Houston Texans, maybe the Pittsburgh Steelers, but those are all pretty late in the season. So let's just see what happens. DeAndre Hopkins looks legit in that offense.
Love it.
Pretty instinctive play. He found open field, and he just cut it up, and boom, Mahomes hits him for a big gain.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Josh Allen undefeated against Patrick Mahomes?
No, I think he's lost to them before.
Okay, I might be wrong on that.
I think he's had the best of them in like regular season, and then in postseason, Mahomes got him.
Yeah, it might be a regular season only stat. And then, dude, Pittsburgh too, bro. Who did they add on defense today? Damn, I can't remember.
Yeah, by the way, this is after the trade deadline on Tuesday afternoon. It's I forgot who the Steelers added. Preston Smith.
Yeah,
Preston Smith.
Yeah, so they're loading up on the already one of the best defenses.
Mm-hmm. So. Yes, sir. I'll keep us moving though. We got the Minnesota Vikings at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jaguars are debuting their white helmets. I don't think it's going to help them at all. This Vikings team is pretty dang good. They got a good defense that can apply lots of pressure. It's a typical Brian Flores defense. And then you also have the offense with JJ and just Sam Darnold have actually really good connection. So give me the Vikings here. The Jaguars put up a decent fight against the Eagles. Too little, too late type of comeback. But after Saquon Barkley hurdles you backwards, like that's it. There's no coming back from that. So,
yeah, I'm going to agree and echo pretty much everything you said. I'm going to take the Vikings, so it'll be a clean sweep for the boys here. Shout out the Cheese in the middle. Shout out the Cheese. Yeah, the Jaguars are waving the white flag, you said?
Pretty much.
I guess. They're wearing the white unis or white helmets, whatever. Waving the white flag on the season because they stink. They're going to struggle against this Flores defense, as Lawrence already has struggled against every defense he's played so far this year. He's looked really bad. They're considering moving off of him, which I don't know if you can after paying him all that money. We'll see what happens in Jacksonville. I hate to say it, the Vikings are going to be 7-2, and this division is getting really tough, especially because my Bears can't win any games.
Well, let's talk about your Bears.
Let me talk to you. Joey's not here. Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Can't do it without him. But we got the New England Patriots going to the Windy City to take on my Chicago Bears in a sunny 1:00 game. Predicting it's going to be sunny. No, in Chicago it's going to be dark and gloomy like it always is, but it's going to be sunny, and the Bears are going to come out, and we're going to get this dub. It's already on the screen. You already know what I'm rocking with. I've seen a lot of Bears fans kind of like pessimistic, kind of like, let's lose this game so they actually fire Eberflus. I got news for you. The McCaskies still own this team. They've never fired a coach halfway through a season, ever. I don't think they'll start now. I wish they would, but this is my opinion that they're not going to do it now. Not saying that I think it's the right choice, because it's not. This guy fucking sucks. We need to get him out of here. Sorry, but it's the truth. I'm rocking with the Bears. Enough said. Hopefully we can score some freaking points, man.
Yeah, like, I'm going to go with the Bears. I think they are the better team. I was, surprised with what I saw from Drake May. There was a specific play that he was like just scrambling around like for like more than 10 seconds and then just delivers like a touchdown throw in the red zone. The development is there for Drake May. I don't think the supporting cast is there just yet. And, I had other people saying that like Rod Mayo's a soft coach and all this stuff. I think coaching is a very uh, teeter-tottery type of subject to talk about, like especially with rookie coaches. Like
He doesn't
you can
strike me as soft. Though.
yeah. Like I think what they were trying to get across is like he's not making the right decisions for this team in terms of like maybe play calling or like calling a timeout when a kicker's about to kick the game-winning field goal in overtime, stuff like that. Like I don't know. But this Chicago team, you can't have DJ Moore walk off in the middle of a play, and like I get it. Like you ran to the side that your quarterback was scrambling, and then he didn't even like pretty much look your way, and then like throws across the field and all that stuff. Don't walk off mid play. Like that. Like I hate quitters, and like that's such a quitter move and a quitter mentality. And you're supposed to be the star player. You're supposed to be the guy that's like wrangling all these guys together. And what message does that send to your entire locker room, especially when you go on a radio show the next day and you're talking about has Eberflus lost the locker room, and he's like, I can't speak on that. Like, dude, you be a good teammate, and like right now he's not being a good teammate. I understand it's frustrating not getting the ball, especially like people always like to say receivers are divas. Listen, like try being on an island and like going against like guys for like the whole game and then not even getting targeted once, stuff like that. Like that can be frustrating.
I'll tell you that since you brought up the word specifically, somebody very, very close to the Bears locker room called him a diva today and thinks he should leave the team.
Yeah.
And that they should get rid of him. I think we should try to work things out. DJ Moore is a great option, a fantastic option. I think he's a top 10 wide receiver if we could ever get him the ball. But, yeah, not a lot of people are happy with him. And if that's what the feeling is in Chicago, his days might be numbered.
For sure. And it sucks because you guys just gave him so much, like not so much money, but you guys gave him an extension. And you're like, you went about this all the right way. And this was all broadcasted for everyone to see on Hard Knocks. So, like, you can double check what I'm saying right now. Like, this is the truth. Like, They worked on this contract extension. They're like, man, you've been such a great like Chicago Bear. Like you're the example of what we want in our like team. And then here he is doing that. So like that's what's frustrating me. It's like don't set the wrong example for your teammates. Don't show them you quitting, stuff like that. Like it's just very frustrating, especially when I have confidence in them to like perform. And then obviously I understand you're not getting the ball thrown to you, but just don't act that way.
You're the vet, bro. He's a rookie. If you have beef with him, like. You're the vet, dog. Like, be the bigger man. Like, figure that shit out.
Facts.
That's the last thing I have to say.
Yeah. No,
I'll keep us moving if you want.
I got you. But I totally agree. It's
yeah, I don't know.
I got you. Let's keep it moving. We got a pretty good matchup here. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Washington Commanders. It's Pittsburgh 6-2, Washington 7-2, and they made a move to to trade for Marshawn Lattimore from the New Orleans Saints, which was an absolutely big move. This is something that this Washington team was like, let's see what we got in Jaden Daniels, and then they're like, holy shit! Like we gotta strike while the iron's hot. We're 7-2. We're leading the NFC East. We're leading like the NFC. Like we're one of the top seeds in the NFC. Like let's keep it pushing. Like let's make this push. Let's see how far we can go with this. And that's the right mentality to do, especially when you're having so much early success with a rookie quarterback while he's still on his rookie contract. Yeah, I get it. He's a number 2 pick, so it's not like, we got him super cheap. But like the rookie contract is cheaper than the extension after that and stuff like that. So I think Washington is making all the right moves. But can they face this Pittsburgh defense and make the necessary moves offensively to get past this Pittsburgh defense? That's what's questioning me, and that's what's like, and then also Russell Wilson, like he's looking good with this Pittsburgh offense, and like, can he repeat this performance that he's been having as the last couple of games with them? I don't know. I'm gonna go with the more sure thing currently, and that is the Washington Commanders, but I don't think you can go wrong with either pick here.
I'm going to fade both you and Joe, and hopefully I pick up a game. Not on you guys, but hopefully on a lot of the other guys in this, and gals in this league. But, yeah, like you mentioned, Washington has the blueprint. They have the rookie quarterback who's killing it. They're surrounding him with weapons. Now they're bolstering the defense. It's been a proven plan to go make a run at the Super Bowl for sure by teams in recency. I mean, a lot of teams are getting beat by the Chiefs, but they're just a juggernaut. But
Mm.
I mean, that has been the blueprint. I'm taking the Steelers though, on the road against Washington. My gut tells me that this is one of those games where the rookie quarterback struggles and this Pittsburgh defense gives him fits. I might be wrong, and everyone else might be right, and the hot team at home might continue to be hot, and that Lattimore pick is huge, and if he plays, he might shut down Pickens, but I think Russ and the Steelers do just enough to ink out a win against this Commanders team.
Facts. All right, you can keep us pushing though to this next 1
What
o'clock
is
game.
this? The last 1 o'clock game?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we got the San Francisco 49ers traveling all the way down here to Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers. I don't know why I went country for that, but I did. I'm going to rock with the 49ers on the road. I don't know what to do here. Christian McCaffrey might play. It's Tuesday. It's early. If he plays, I'm picking the San Fran 49ers. Tampa's banged up, so I think you got to take the better team on the road.
Yeah, it's tough because what I've been seeing out of Tampa this whole season is like they got a fight in them. They don't give up at all. Baker Mayfield didn't throw to any receivers until like the fourth quarter, essentially, and they were still in that game against Kansas City.
True.
So I don't know if that tells you more about Tampa or if it tells you more about Kansas City. But that being said, San Fran is such a great team, man. And like, if they get McCaffrey back, I don't think they'll get him back this game. And if they do, it's gonna be like, I think they're gonna work him up, have him like on somewhat type of a pitch count. That being said, San Fran's gonna win this one. Tampa Bay just is a little too banged up for my liking right now. If they get Mike Evans back for this game, I doubt it. But if they do, I think that's a nice
I'll take
thing to look forward to for them. But I don't think so. But the connection between Baker and K. Dotton is legit, so keep an eye out for that. Legitness. Now we're gonna go to the 4 o'clock window. We have the Tennessee Titans at the Los Angeles Chargers. This is the first 4 o'clock game. I'm going to keep it moving because I got the Chargers winning here. They're the better team. Tennessee, they went tooth and nail with the Patriots, but that's the Patriots. This Chargers team is looking pretty good, and they're going to be one of those playoff contenders. Let's see how the rest of the season plays out for them.
Yeah, Titans at Chargers. Battle of cool logos. I'm going to rock with the Bolts. They're the better team. I think Tennessee's trying to tank for a high draft pick. They got rid of a few guys at the deadline and even before the deadline in Hopkins that they moved to KC, 2 weeks ago?
Yep.
So I'm going to take the Chargers. I guess they're the better team. No one's talking about Justin Herbert anymore. Is he still alive? Is he still one of the best quarterbacks in the league? I don't know. So, I don't know. Maybe he'll have like a prime performance here, but no one's talking about him. It's actually kind of crazy. Also, Johnson or whatever his name is, Quentin Johnson, that you guys all made fun of me for drafting. When he plays, because he's been a little banged up this year, he scores the football. He might have 30 yards receiving, but he scores the football. You guys all made fun of me. I'm starting him in my flex still, and that's why I'm winning this Miami Dynasty League. Shout out, Matt.
Well, your boy, top dog in that league.
Hey, top dog.
I'm
I
not
started
even
off
trying,
hot.
dude.
I started off hot. Everyone started losing their mind, so I had to lose a little bit to make everyone stay interested and involved. I didn't want everyone just selling everybody. There were some bad trades I saw going on, so I had to lose a couple games.
I started off 0-2 and have won 7 straight, and
Yeah.
I don't know how, dude. In all my matchups, I just barely ink out wins. It's pretty funny. And I'm always playing a team that has their worst week ever. So I'm probably a fraud. Who knows? We'll see.
I think I went 5-0 and I'm 1-2.
Yeah.
I lost 2 straight. So,
Yeah.
I had to get everybody back in the game. Keep their hopes alive.
Speaking on Herbert, though, for the last 4 games, he's passed for over 225. He's averaged about 60% completions. He has not thrown an interception, and he's thrown 5 touchdowns over the last 4 games. The last 2 games specifically, he's thrown 2 touchdowns in each. But he was also sacked 6 times against the Cleveland Browns. So let's see how that protection holds up. The running game has been slowed down by this for this Chargers team. J.K. Dobbins shot out a cannon and then hasn't seen much of him since. We're going to keep it moving, though, to a little bit more of an interesting 4 o'clock game. And we have the New York Jets at the Arizona Cardinals. Jets are starting to turn things around right now. 3-6, got a big win against the Texans on Thursday Night Football. I was really happy. That was like one of the games that I went against a lot of people, and I ended up coming out on top on. And that's just because there was just something there, and I'm like, dude, the Jets cannot lose this game. Like, if they lose this game, like, their season's over, and it was pretty much the same mentality I had about the Dolphins. The Jets are gonna have a bye coming up soon. But they've had quite a long season, man. They went to London, never took the bye. They had like a longer week on the comeback from it, but it's still. Aside from that, this Cardinals team is actually pretty good. I hope you can speak on them a little bit more, just because you saw them more recently than I did.
Sort of.
But the connection between Marvin Harrison Jr. has been good and bad some games. He was good against the Dolphins. I don't know how it was against the Bears, but I would imagine it wasn't so crazy because people would have been talking about it a little more. But Devontae Adams, Aaron Rodgers, the connection is still there. It never really left. That first game that they had together, yeah, you can have some of those like miscues, but they looked eye to eye and said, hey, I'm going to beat this guy on man coverage, and they did. I'm going to go with the New York Jets. I think they're going to be one of the hotter teams in all of the NFL right now. And they're going to stun this Arizona Cardinals team and kind of bring them back to earth for a little bit.
I'm going to disagree with you. I saw the head nod to Adams to the corner fade touchdown. Sure, it reminded us all of old times. Gave me like PTSD almost, honestly. It was tough. It looked great if you were a Jets fan. Sorry, your team's still SUCKS, sucks. I'm taking the Cardinals at home. The weird thing about the Cardinals is like if I had a guy like Marvin Harrison Jr. and granted he's still a rookie, and I would try to target that guy like 15 times a game. Like he is phenomenal. He's nasty. But the weird thing about them is they just spread the ball out. Like they have a solid run attack with Benson backing up Connor, which both are just like bruiser backs that are gonna wear down your defense. And then they just spread the love to the wide receivers, and there's not really like a true number one right now, although it is Marvin, but you couldn't really tell stats wise probably.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna take the Cardinals at home. I guess Gannon and Eberflus come from the same coaching tree, so Eberflus still gave him a hug after the game after he whooped his ass, and I didn't love that either. So Gannon, if you ever want to come back to the Bears and coach, whatever, we'll take you over this pansy. But yeah, I'm taking the Cardinals at home.
Dude, like, I don't know, like the best thing about that offense for the Cardinals though is like what you said. Like they spread out the ball, and it's not like, all right, like yeah, Marvin is the number one. He should be getting a majority of the targets. But the way they're spreading it out, and it's like, all right, like let's just start whoever's open. Like whoever gets hot, and like it works. So like I think those are the best offenses. I think when you get too one-dimensional, and like I'll talk about it when we get to the Dolphins, but when you get too one-dimensional and are only throwing like one or two guys, like it definitely causes problems because then the defense hones in on it, and this is the highest level of play, and you don't want, Marvin Harrison Jr. getting double teams every game. You have an awesome tight end in Trey McBride. So, throwing the ball to him, Michael
Greg
Wilson.
Dortch, dog. Sneaky late round fantasy pick.
Yeah.
Picked him up off waivers like last year, and like nobody knew who he was. Yeah, he's actually pretty good. I've been starting him a lot in the flex too in some leagues. So he's a sneaky good wideout for the
That's
Cardinals.
how it goes. All right, I'll take us to this next game so you can take us to the Sunday night game. We got the NFC East divisional matchup between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Dallas Cowboys. Dak's out here saying, we fucking suck. He literally was saying that, and like they got the camera on him at the perfect freaking time. Dak's a little banged up. CD got a little banged up. I don't have to say much about this Eagles team. The Eagles, you got Saquon hurdling people backwards. I don't think they're going to, I don't think he's going to be clowning people like that in this game. I think the Cowboys defense is actually pretty decent. Let's see if Micah Parsons comes back. I don't think so. But also, speaking of Micah Parsons, on his podcast, he was like, it ain't over till the fat lady sings. And then someone quoted and is like, take off your headphones, bro. She's been singing for a minute.
She's wailing.
Yeah, she's loud as hell. This Eagles team is good. And, like, I don't want to say they're great. I think they've played some ticky-tack opponents and things have been a little easy for them. I wish the Cowboys were a little bit better so they could actually, take a swing at this Eagles team and see what they're about. I think they're going to put their best foot forward, but Cooper Rush is going to be the guy trying to will this Cowboys team to victory. It's not going to happen. Give me the Philadelphia Eagles.
All right, so been workshopping something, and you know me. I like to share with you. I haven't shared this with you
You're
yet.
sharing with a lot more people now.
No, I haven't told a soul. Oh yeah. So yeah, everyone that hears this, let me know. I've been workshopping this. We got in Philly the tush push, right?
Mm-hmm.
But after Saquon's hurdle, can we call it the Heine hurdle? I don't know, bro. Been workshopping it, trying to keep the fanny business alive in Philly.
Oh, I see what you're going with. Yes, I like it.
A little
The Heine hurdle.
tush push,
Yeah.
the Heine hurdle.
I like it.
A little reverse cowgirl. That shit was sick. Look at him. Go to Austin. Oh, man. I was golfing with a Cowboys fan on Sunday, and it was funny because he was talking a lot of schmack to me about my Bears, and I texted him later on that day, have fun watching Cooper Rush the rest of the season. Not looking great in the heavy D of Dallas. I'm taking the Eagles. I think you have to. I don't love the pick. I wanted Sirianni to get fired and all my Eagle friends that are fans of the team to be down in the dumps, but looks like they're going to keep it tush pushing to 7-2.
They're hiding and hurdling up to 7-2 now.
Yeah, I'll give us a little backwards hurdle down into the dirty Houston where, a lot of those reverse cowgirls are going on. But yeah, we got the Detroit Lions going to Houston to take on the Texans.
Run that back, Chris. What's going on here?
You guys can run that one back for yourselves. Oh, man, I love this matchup. I'm going to be locked in. The Detroit Lions are a powerhouse. I've been saying it all year. They can score the freaking ball. They just added somebody on defense, too, to kind of make up for the Hutchinson absence.
Zadarius Smith,
who's a little past his prime, but still very, very much an active and usable player. He'll fit in fine there for Detroit. I don't know who I want to take here. Vanya's getting mad for me not picking, so I guess I got to pick. I'm going to take the Detroit Lions. And I'm going to fade my gut that I've been using all year with the home team pickings. But this Houston team's a little bit banged up. I'd love to see healthy versus healthy both teams. This be a great Super Bowl matchup in the future, perhaps. But let me go ahead and take my dad's Detroit Lions since you caught me in the game pickers, buddy. Congrats.
Oh, man. So I'm going to throw a bit of a speculation in there. If Nico Collins comes back for this game, I will be going with the Houston Texans. But for now, I will go with the Detroit Lions because there's no confirmation on that. So if Nico Collins does come back, I will go with the Texans. But I'm going to go with the Lions for now. The Lions are a really good team. I just like the dynamic that they have with Nico Collins. Obviously, you don't have Stephon Diggs there anymore because of the torn ACL. So, the offense does take a regression after that. But, dude, this Detroit Lions team is legit. You already spoke on it quite a bit about, they just put up points in bunches. You got Amon-Ra St. Brown jumping into Lambeau and just hopping in there with the crowd.
That head celebration that everyone's doing,
yeah.
That shit's wild, bro.
It's like a pin drop or something. I don't know what the hell's going on with it. I saw it was like in college.
Yeah, it was a college dude, and then like everyone started doing it in the NFL. So shout out that guy. You're probably nasty. I don't know who it was, but one quick thing. I heard that if Nico plays, Jameson Williams is also changing his bet for the week. So we'll see what happens with Nico. Go ahead.
Yeah, Jameson Williams this is one of the games that he is still suspended for. But yeah, dude, I think
that dude's fucked. He ain't coming back. What do you mean?
I don't know. They found not to get too crazy into it, but I saw a report that the police were investigating him after finding a handgun in his car and stuff like that. So I just really hate when things like this spiral out of control. He was suspended for what was it? The PED. He was taking creatine or something.
Drugs. He's been suspended for betting and gambling on games at the freaking facility. Mm-hmm. All sorts of stuff.
Yeah. So it just hates to see all these compiling things
He's good too.
Yeah, exactly. When he's out there, he's a stud. So just, let's get it right, and then we can go. We can get going.
I texted your cousin Matt too, because I traded him Jameson Williams, and I was trying to brag and fleece on him, oh, how'd that work out? Blah blah blah. He's like, Come on, Poppy. You know I moved him 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't fresh off the boat or whatever he
Yeah.
said. Like he's like, I ain't new to this. I was like, damn, bro. Like,
Yeah.
okay, man, I see you.
Oh man. All right. We're
Shout out
gonna
Matt.
and now it's time to cap it out. And we got the last game of the schedule for week 10. The Monday night football matchup between the Miami Dolphins and the Los Angeles Rams. Rams 4-4, Dolphins 2-6, but Dolphins are way better than a 2-6 record. If I have something to say about it, I think the Dolphins have been great since Tua's come back, and it just sucks, losing those close possession games. But that makes a difference between a good and bad team. And this Dolphins team, unfortunately, in that category, is a bad team. They're very undisciplined. There was a lot of defensive penalties that have costed this Miami Dolphins team those last 2 games. So if you can limit those penalties, you can limit those stupid mistakes. Especially like there was one drive early in the game against the Bills that Cam Smith is holding Matt Collins for like 5 plays in a row. And it's like, dude, Matt Collins is bigger and more physical than you. Yes, sure. But you don't need to be holding him and all this stuff. Like, he's not getting the ball. 2, and then yeah, he's not that good. Like, you don't need it. Like, I know from experience. I've seen Matt Collins play on Sundays. Like, he's not all that great. So Cam Smith, don't be doing that. But aside from that, Jordan Poyer still playing for the Bills. he speared freaking Keon Coleman on the final drive, and that's what helped set up that game-winning field goal for the Bills. Aside from that, Dolphins that was the 3rd down. They were gonna get off the field and have a drive to freaking kick their own game-winning field goal. So those are things that have been upsetting me with this Dolphins team. Can they get it right? Primetime football, Monday Night Football in LA. I hope so. I'm gonna be there to witness it. So if the Dolphins lose this one, bow on the season, it's over. Like, you can't come back from having 7 losses through the first 10 weeks of the season. Aside from that, this Rams team is pretty good. They've been surging. They got a nice overtime win against the Seattle Seahawks last week, so they're 4-4, and they're getting healthy at the right time. I didn't see what Puka Nacua did, but all I've heard is that he swung on someone. I don't know if you can speak on that.
Oh, I didn't see that. No, that's crazy. That doesn't seem like his character either.
No, at all.
So it must have been something serious. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. But,
sorry to throw you in that spot.
No, this is an interesting Monday night game. I've been avoiding Dolphins games. I watched last week towards the end because it was a good game, but I've been avoiding watching full Dolphins games because I'm really, really worried that I'm going to watch a man die out there on the screen.
Chill, dude.
I don't want to put that mojo out there, so I'm going to change the vibes. The boy Austin's going to be at the game, so make sure you tune into the fucking game day vlogs because it's going to be sick. A lot of LA content.
Yep.
I'm going to rock with Miami for the good vibes. The offense has looked honestly pretty fine. Actually pretty good. Not even fine. It's the defense that has kind of fallen apart and lost some games. I think they're expecting to get a couple guys back, like my boy Jack Sealer, I think, is coming back soon.
Zach Sealer hopefully can come back. But more so than anything is Javon Holland. Like, he's been the guy that's been out for pretty much the longest right now. So if he comes back, that would be huge for this defense. I don't know what Zach Sealer's timetable is, but I would imagine orbital fracture takes a while to come back from.
Yeah, I can speak on that. That shit hurts. I've done that. I don't know. I'm going to rock with the Dolphins, though. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be close. Hopefully it's high scoring. Both these teams have the potential to run up the score and kind of sling that pigskin around a bit. I don't know if McDaniels is a Cali guy. I think he is. He gives me Cali vibes. I could be wrong. It might be a homecoming for him. Maybe I'm talking out of my ass. I don't know. But let's go Fins up Monday night. They come out when the lights are the brightest, and hopefully they get a win for birthday boy over here.
Let's go. Yeah, so that's going to be pretty much hopefully a nice birthday treat, but also Veterans Day, so shout out to all our veterans.
Shout out, salute.
Yes, sir. To add on to that, yeah, Mike McDaniel is a Denver guy, like a Colorado guy. That's where he kind of grew up. But then most famously, was in San Fran, so that's where you're kind of getting, I guess, the Cali vibes
Yeah,
and stuff.
maybe that was it, yeah.
But yeah, that concludes the game picks.
Week 10?
Yep, week 10 done.
Week 10.
Finito. Really quick, just to touch on some of the teams on bye. We have the Cleveland Browns, Green Bay Packers, Las Vegas Raiders, and Seattle Seahawks.
And Joey Groves, apparently.
Yeah,
He took a
Joey's
bye.
on bye. My guy. Oh man, but yeah, just to touch on Cleveland, Deshaun Watson got injured, tore his Achilles, so like their season's kind of up in the air. Jameis Winston is exactly what we thought he was. He had that big performance against but he had that big performance against the Ravens, and then now just not so great. Green Bay Packers, tough loss against the division leader, NFC leader in the Detroit Lions. And then Las Vegas Raiders, they are kind of what we expected they are. I wish we could see a little bit more of Aiden O'Connell, just because he's a young guy. We already know what you have in Gardner Minshew, though.
You know you have in both of them. They both are Minshew's. You got a turd sandwich and a turd sandwich with mustard. And I'm going to take the one with mustard every 7 days out the week.
And then last but not least, the Seattle Seahawks, who looked to be possibly like the team that could run away with the NFC West, and now they're dead last right there. But they're all close. The Cardinals are on top at 5-4, Rams 4-4, San Fran 4-4, and then Seahawks 4-5. So it's a tough race, and all these teams are also in playoff contention. Like they're just outside the wild card. So let's see what happens there. It should be a tough race. But yeah, appreciate you guys all for watching. Like Chris mentioned, it is my birthday this week, so any and every birthday wish will be very appreciated. But I'm hoping for a big Dolphins win. I love when the Dolphins are playing around my birthday, and like the fact that it's like the day after my birthday, it's Veterans Day. Like I always love that. So like, it's gonna be a cool game. I'm gonna be wearing some Dolphins America merch, so it's gonna be pretty fun.
Nice. Oh yeah, fins up and fire flues. That's all I gotta say.
Did you see someone put that on their ballot?
No.
They wrote in fire Eberflus.
Jeez.
Not to get political on you guys, but that wraps up week 10 game picks. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and we'll catch you next week. Hopefully, we got the big old cheesehead Joey back, and let's say bye to us, Joey.
Yeah. Bye, Joey.